Glaucus was a fisherman who was fishing one day from a green meadow which sloped down to the sea. One day, Glaucus was counting the fish when suddenly he saw them all stir and slip into the water. Some even floated towards the sea. Utterly amazed by what he saw, he assumed this was a god's doing or some magic in the grass. He picked a handful of grass and ate it. At once, an irresistible longing for the sea took possession of him. There was no denying it. He ran and leapt into the waves. The sea nymphs received him kindly and called on Ocean and Tethys to purge his mortal nature away and make him one of them. 100 rivers were summoned to pour their waters upon him. He lost consciousness in the rushing flood. When he recovered, he was a sea god, with hair green like the sea, and his body ending in a fish's tail. As he swam around, he caught sight of a beautiful nymph bathing. Scylla, as she noticed Glaucus, she fled from him until she was somewhere she could safely watch him. Glaucus called up to her, professing his love towards her and telling her to come to him, but Scylla turned from him and hastening inland, was lost to his sight. Glaucus was in despair, for he was madly in love. He determined to go to Circe the enchantress and beg for a love potion to melt Scylla's hard heart. But as he told her his tale of love and implored her help, Circe fell in love with him. She wooed him with her sweetest words and looks, but Glaucus would have none of her. Circe was furiously angry, but with Scylla, not Glaucus. She prepared a vial of very powerful poison, and going to the bay where Scylla bathed, she poured into it the baleful liquid. As soon as Scylla entered the waters, she was turned into a frightful monster. Out from her body grew serpents and fierce dog heads. The beastly forms were a part of her. Scylla was known to be the Greek nymph, who was a legendary monster who lives on one side of a narrow channel of water opposite her counterpart, or sister. Charybdis was a giant whirlpool monster in Greek mythology that sucked down water 3 times a day and then spews it back up 3 times a day. The 2 sides of the strait are within an arrow's range of each other, so sailors attempting to avoid Charybdis would pass dangerously close to Scylla and vice versa. Almost everyone who has passed has never lived to see the next day.